So I recently watched a video by one of the interesting guitar channels on YouTube. You probably know him. His name's Elmo. I'm not going to say his last name. Don't want to butcher it. But he's pretty well known in the scene. He recently put out a video asking why don't you have 100,000 subscribers? And then he talked about his channel and why he's failed in that quest. Now, I don't think he's failed at all because he has 78,000, which is a lot more than me, and he's on his way to 100,000. So, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, really, to say it's a failure. But I got the thrust of the video. Basically, he was talking about the compartmentalization of his life, how he can't commit to his channel full time, how he has to split his time between family duties, other earning situations, and that he can't make it a full-time business to run a YouTube channel. There are other important factors in his life, which is completely understandable. And I think that's the case for most of us. I think most of us, there are a number of channels that are full-time, that even have staffs and salaries and, have bought studios and things like that. But I'd say the majority of us are still part-time, doing this more for fun, doing this as a second, perhaps a small earner or a side gig or something. And we have, day jobs, other aspirations. Many of the guys in the guitar fields are working in shops or doing repairs. They don't do this full time. So I think it's quite common. And, I think those channels, in my opinion, tend to be better anyway, more balanced. People who are doing it full time there, and there's some great channels of people that are doing it full time that have become professional influencers, if you will. But sometimes they struggle for content. They start repeating themselves. The production values become more important than the actual content itself, or they become too commercialized with partnerships with various companies, and they're shilling for certain brands or corporations, whereas the part-time channels tend to be more personal preference, not governed by corporate interests or sponsorships or anything like that. And often infused with little bits of personality that come from being a normal person and having other aspirations in life. I like the fact that this guy's a tutorer and a teacher. I have been too for many, many years. And some of the channels I really, really like are guys that do full-time repair or work in shops or have their own businesses. And they shoot videos part of the time, once a week in some cases, twice a week. I find those interesting. They have other things to get onto. They have other dimensions in life. It's not all about, pumping out video after video after video, day on day on day, and getting into the long format too. I don't have time really to watch hour-long videos. I tend to stay with the shorts. Not shorts as in, what constitutes shorts today, but 10 minutes, 20 minutes and under is what I tend to gravitate to. A lot of these channels that I really like, they're doing live streams for 2-3 hours. I don't have time to sit for 2-3 hours and watch one live stream. So I really appreciate the fact that, this is more of a part-time venture. This person's got other interests in life, because that sort of mirrors where I'm at as well. I put out videos when I have new things to talk about or new instruments to show you, but I don't have a daily regimen. I have other things to get to in life. I have other earning situations that I involve myself in. I have family interests. I have other interests that aren't guitar related at all. I've been working on a lot of watches and clocks in recent times. It's become a little bit of an interest of mine. I also am an aspiring writer and musician and try to work on my own craft, which I don't use this channel to advertise. I do it on a separate channel and not very often. So yeah, this is just to say it doesn't matter if you don't have 100,000 subscribers. If you have 5,000 subscribers and you're interesting and you're engaging and you're thought-provoking and you add something to the conversation about instruments or whatever you're into, that's good enough for me. I'm not somebody who is impressed by friend counts on social media or how many likes and listens you get. It doesn't govern my choices when I click on something to watch at all. In fact, it's probably more likely to sway me away. I like a lot of smaller channels. I like a lot of channels where people post once a week or twice a month. I look forward to their posts. I look forward to hearing about other parts of their life. I look forward to seeing a video that is organic and not, super manufactured. Seeing a slice of somebody's life rather than an artificial creation, that's studioed to death in post. Not to say there aren't some brilliant channels that are doing incredibly creative work with production values, but it's just not that important to me. I'm interested in the content and what people have to bring, the experience that they have, the situations that they're working in, the human aspect, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd just comment on it. I don't have 100,000 subscribers, and I probably won't for a long, long time. But it's not the reason why I come on here. I'm not seeking to turn this into £1 million adventure. I'm not seeking to make this my sole reason for living, or to use this to avoid work in any other way. I'm quite happy to dovetail this with whatever else I'm doing, and I don't want to spend all my time in front of a screen. So here's to champion all the smaller channels, all the people that don't have that kind of subscribership, all the people that are doing this, in conjunction with other stuff. Keep doing it. It's interesting. It's valid. This is not a meritocracy on YouTube. I say that all the time, and it really isn't. There's some people who deserve more followers, and there's some people, in my opinion, who are very lucky to have what they've got. So keep it real, as I will try to do. All right, folks. See you next time.